Hi folks, welcome back to the shop here at Project Pine Hills. Today we're talking about this Bluefire heavy duty torch. They call it the Edge. They say this torch produces a swivel flame. It's got an ergonomic handle, a trigger start, flame control. It can be used inverted, and the trigger has a lock button. It has a 3-year warranty. Quick look at the back. You can pause the video and check that out. Now they say it's ideal for heat treating, brazing copper pipe, hardening steel, thawing pipes, and loosening rusty bolts. Now it's designed in the USA. Now this is made in China, but now they're made in Taiwan. All right, let's take a look at this torch. That's got a replaceable brass burner tube. You can see that spins right off. This is the gas adjustment knob in the back that also appears to be brass. You can see it's marked on and off, telling you what direction to turn it. It's got a yellow safety lock right here. This is the trigger or ignition button, and this is the lock button for that ignition button. So right now this is in the lock position. We're just going to flip that to the unlock position, pull that trigger in, and then you push this button down on top to lock the trigger, just like that. Pull the trigger in, the button comes unlocked. You can also see it's got a long handle here that can fit your entire hand. That's something that's a little bit different than what I'm accustomed to. If you look at the bottom here, you can check that out. You can see where it hooks up to the propane tank. It's got a seal in there for that. Now the way this works is you take this cap off your propane tank here. This is the MAPP gas tank. We know this is MAPP because it's yellow. A blue tank would be propane. Burns a little bit cooler than this one, about 130 degrees cooler as I understand it. All right, now we're just going to take this canister and thread it into this torch. Before we start, we're going to make sure we have this gas adjustment knob off. We have this trigger in the lock position. And we just take the canister and we're going to thread this on the torch. All right, we're going to hold it upright while I do that. Thread the torch on. Make sure it's good and snug on there. We don't want it loose. I'm just going to give this gas adjustment knob a quarter turn counterclockwise. And then we're going to pull this trigger. It's going to take more than one strike to get it to light. And there's our torch. Now if I want to lock that trigger in the open position, I just pull that trigger in and push this button down. Now the trigger's locked. Pull the trigger in again, it unlocks. If we want to adjust it higher, we can light it, lock the trigger. If we want to adjust it higher, we can just turn this gas adjustment knob higher. Pull the trigger to turn it off. And this handle is made of aluminum, just like it is on most gas torches. Now, I haven't used this Bluefire gas torch yet. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. It does appear to be a good quality torch. I am accustomed to using the Bernzomatic, okay, Bernzomatic TS8000, which is made in the USA. So is this Bernzomatic MAPP tank, and this has worked great for me. Notice the Bernzomatic has a round knob here that you push to the on-lock position. Bernzomatic works in a similar way. We have this gas adjustment knob. I give it a quarter turn open. I turn this round knob to the unlock position, and I pull this trigger in. It won't light right away. It's going to have to ignite. Second pull, we've got it. Turn that down. I can turn that up with that gas adjustment knob. So we can just kind of compare the two here real quick. You can look at them beside each other here, and you can see that the Bluefire has a taller handle. So if you put your hand on here, you can see you get 3 fingers below, you get 1 finger on that trigger, and the Bluefire is pretty much the same way, except you have a little more room down here for your hand. You could put your whole hand here, finger on the trigger. The Bernzomatic, you can't really fit your hand down there. You've got to keep a finger on the trigger, which is probably a good idea, right? You can grab right above it. But you can see the similarities and the differences there in the design. You notice the tube is longer on the Bernzomatic, so they both stand the same height from the bottom of this propane tank to the top of the torch. So they both stand the exact same height. I do notice that this torch has a tight flame on it, very small, tight flame. It does throw the flame a little bit differently than the Bernzomatic. Try the Bernzomatic here real quick. So you got sort of a bigger, less concentrated torch flame on the Bernzomatic. There you can see that blue flame torch again. So little difference in the flames there. So we'll compare the two flames here quickly. You can get an idea there for the difference of the torch output. I'm going to try this Bluefire torch out. I'm going to let you know what I think. Well, let me know if you've tried this out. I do notice the trigger, little difference I'm getting used to with that versus the round trigger on the Bernzomatic. Very smooth trigger on the Bernzomatic. Now, Bluefire points out that this torch creates a swirled flame, and that gives you the maximum heat output, and it resists flame blowout. And they also say that reduces your brazing time by 30%. Now, Bluefire also states because of their gas pressure, they can get 14% more gas in the standard canister, and they say that translates into a flame that burns 30 to 45 minutes longer than traditional gas canisters. So you can use this for jobs like brazing copper pipe, or breaking loose rusty bolts, or lighting wood stoves or fires. You can also use this on stubborn padlocks that are either frozen or rusted, and you can also use it on heat shrink tubing, though I prefer to use a heat gun. Just a very handy thing to have around as a blowtorch. So there you have it, folks. It's the Bluefire, the Edge heavy duty torch. I'll have a link in the video description so you can check it out, and let me know in the comments if you use this torch and what your experience has been with it. And please remember to like and subscribe. Those actions help me to continue to bring content to you here on the Project Pine Hills channel. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next video.